Hey, little dude.
Santa.
Hey. Oh. You okay? Hey, Spread.
Still in your awkward teenage stage? We've all been there.
Oh, yeah. So we sold it. Oh, that's too bad.
I mean, it was like that. Whatever we did, we had bought for it. So someone moved out. Awesome.
Yeah. Daddy's using Uncle's truck. We're gonna see how sketchy this is. Well,
We got it
we
loaded.
got it.
The engine's locked up. A little disappointing, but see what we can do with it. Just put the 3/4 ton pickup axles under it.
Santa, what did we just do? Did we get the truck on there? Did we load the truck on the trailer? Yeah. Lucas, did you help get the truck loaded onto the trailer?
Yeah.
You did so good. Very good job.
Look at how you open the hood on this thing. The grill trim. You pull that. Isn't that cool?
That's pretty cool.
And the hood only goes this high, which is kind
Helpful.
of interesting, but if we have to do too much work, maybe we'll just take the hood off. All right, when we first brought the truck home, you can see I sprayed, I don't know if you can see, but I sprayed WD-40 on the spark plugs because this engine is locked up. And so it's gonna be a few days before we have time to do anything with the truck, so I'm gonna dump oil down the cylinders. It's a mixture, highly sophisticated mixture of whatever I had laying around the shop. So, pull these wires off. Yeah, here, let me get down in there. It's a crusty spark plug. Yeah, these are crusty. I just hope the inside of the engine doesn't look like this. But, I mean, everything's closed up. The air cleaner's on there. So, I'm hopeful that it's not too bad inside.
Yeah, I mean, got the thing for $200, so.
Right. Well, let's blow off these junk around the plugs. This is no good, my friend.
Okay. You gonna be able to persuade it better now?
It's slowly progressing to the point where it gets the message that I'm no longer asking. Up in here. There we go. A little extra leverage goes a long way. Let's see if I can break the others loose. Boy. This is working time, not beard fluffing time.
Beard fluffing time is any time.
Alright. Boy. So I'm kind of scared here because My first pickup that I ever bought when I was a teenager was a 1995 F250. And the spark plugs were so rusty when I tried to take them out, like 3 of them snapped off. And it took me 2 weeks as a 16-year-old after school. I'd go out there and work on that every day after school, and it took me like 2 or 3 weeks to get those broken off plugs out of the cylinders, out of the spark plug holes. So I'm a little scared. Let's just work this one back and forth. I'm gonna grab some WD-40.
I have a question.
What's your question?
What's WD-40 stand for?
Oh man. It water displacer number 40, I believe. You can let us know in the comments if that's correct, but
What's the 40 for?
supposedly when they invented it, they were trying to come up with something to displace water and be a lubricant, I believe, and
Took him 40,
supposedly
40
it took them
different
40
times.
tries, and this
Oh, I
was
was
the
just
40th try.
guessing.
Yeah, so it's water displacement at 40, and
Well, thank goodness it was
supposedly-
40 because I would have been so bothered if it would have been 41.
so what I was reading on Facebook, so it's highly accurate, but supposedly the active ingredient or the main ingredient in WD-40 is supposedly fish oil. So
So it's
let
good
us
for
know
your
in the comments
insides.
if that's true or not. But
Don't
yeah,
take my guys. That's not true. Don't. Yeah, just don't do that.
tighten it a little bit, loosen a little bit, work it back and forth a little bit. Yeah, I just hope the cylinders aren't this stuck. That would be bad. I really want to get this old Flathead V8 running. Crusty plug looks like.
So anyways, my sister said that Jessie was crying on the couch yesterday, and she said, "Jessie, why are you crying?" And he tells her, "I can't talk right now." And my sister says, "Why?" He says, "'Cause I'm crying."
That's a good reason.
Yep.
Doesn't look too bad. There's a little bit, can you get a close up? There's a tiny bit of rust on the inside. Some of that's from me pulling it out. There's a little bit of rust on it, but it's not, I was afraid it'd be like orange powder globs on there. So that gives me some hope. I can see, I don't think you'll be able to see it with the camera, but I can see the valve through that. Maybe you can kind of see that what you're looking at is the valve in there. And there's a little bit of surface rust, but it doesn't look terrible, so we'll see, I guess. Let's get the others out.
Hey. Oh. You okay? Okay, I'll give you a second. Like,
That's sharp. Look, that's my hair on it, and some of my skin.
oh. Ew. Oh, there it is.
That's where my head hit. Boy.
You okay? Are you bleeding now?
I don't know.
I don't see any.
Alright, let's get back to it. What will we find? Huh? That's the best looking one yet. I don't see any rust on that one.
Well, maybe there is hope for her.
Oh, I got hope.
You got hope?
These old flatheads were pretty tough. You want to set that over to the left of the other plugs?
To the left. Let's go right there.
There's There's a little bit of rust in that one. I think I'm looking at the valve. Like, I've never worked on one of these flatheads before, so I'm kind of learning, but I believe that's the valve that you can see through there. First two, can't really see in that back one. The first two I can see a little bit of surface rust, but I also see carbon.
And what's it mean to see carbon?
Well, that's
Explain it to me.
normal to see carbon from, you know, the builds up from the combustion, but rust you don't want to see. So let's
Rust
just,
bad. I do know that
Add
from
a
my
little
cast
bit of
iron
this.
pans. We don't want to see rust ever.
yeah, it's no bueno.
Well, no, I can't see if you are or not.
Alright, well, there's that.
We'll call it good.
Give this cylinder a little more. The oil filter, and then there's a spark plug way underneath of it, so that one will be fun to get out. And some leaves and stuff. That's
factory.
That is factory. You can tell
Yeah.
it's a Ford leaf. All right. Let's get these cleared off and start cranking on them.
Hey, Spike. How you doing, huh? Oh.
Well, it's been soaking for what? 4 days now?
Yeah, 3 or 4 days.
Oil in the cylinders, so,
Long enough that it should make a difference if it's gonna.
well, that's what we hope anyway. But we're gonna tow it around the yard and try popping the clutch to break the engine free that way. Hoping that it's not too stuck, but we'll see what happens. All right, let's see. Oh, I got a spider for company. Cool. All right, let's see. Put it in. I think that should be. Let's see, that'd be second. I think that'd be fourth. Never having driven one of these, that's my best guess. Well, let's see what happens here. A little bit of work to steer these old trucks. No luck. Won't break loose. I didn't want to break loose. Well, since we couldn't get the engine to break free that way, we decided to do what we probably should have done in the first place and go ahead and pull the heads. So there's really no good way to work on these without taking off the hood and the fenders, so that's what we were doing. I just cut the radiator hose. I just assumed it was dry because what I could see into the radiator was dry. It wasn't. It still had coolant in it. That's kind of cool. She's crusty. This is the worst valve. That oil's from what I put in it trying to get it broke free. She's crusty. And cleaned up a bit. I couldn't get all the rust out from under there, but I cleaned it up as best I could with Scotch-Brite underneath of it. It'll probably leak, but hopefully it'll seal enough to get some compression. And the worst of our rust is in this cylinder, right here. And I mean, it's not horrible. I mean, no rust is good, but I'll wipe it out so you can see it better. You can definitely tell she burned oil. There's a lot of carbon buildup in here, but I mean, what do you expect on a engine this old in a grain truck? But yeah, you can see there's a little ring of rust around the bottom, but you can actually still see the cross hatching in some of that. So I'm hopeful we can clean this up and get this broke loose. This one, I mean, there's a tiny bit. This is the worst cylinder. You can see grooves in it. I'm sure that one's an oil burner, but I really suspect this one might be our only stuck cylinder. I'm hopeful anyway, unless there's something on the other side that we don't know about, but I think we're gonna take a 2x4 or something, stick it in there and give it a little tappy tap, see what happens. We moved it at all. There's not much room there still to get a pipe wrench on there.
Where does it go?
Behind this.
Oh.
Unless I could pull off the front pulley, I might be able to do that. This is a chance of 7/8 also. Yes, it is. This is my area of rebellion. 12-point socket on an impact. That. Sliding off like butter. Not too shabby.
There you go.
But I don't want to put a pipe wrench on that very bad. Somebody's going to be upset at me for doing that, I'm sure. But if I put a pipe wrench out on the end of it, I can smooth it again so that pulley will fit over it just fine. I mean, it's saved from the scrapyard, so how fussy can we get, right? Alright. Oh, it moved.
It moved. Can you see a difference over there?
Oh yeah. She's free-ish. Look at that piston that was stuck. You can see where it slid loose. Where the rust slid off.
Oh yeah, it's probably...
Get close up there. She's moving. It did what I wanted it to. It's hard to see on the phone.
There you go.
But
Now
you can see it dropped. You can see the ridge there where the rust was, and below it is shiny metal again. So I can stick a hone in there and get that rust out of there, and we'll be golden.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Does that make you happy?
Yes. I think we're gonna get this girl to run.
Woot woot.
Somebody's... Don't yell at me for putting some teeth marks in the crankshaft. You do what you gotta do on a junkyard engine. That valve doesn't look like it's moving though, so that valve... Oh, hey, it's not very stuck. I was able to push it in with my thumb. Right, well, I guess this means quitting time for tonight.
Food?
And come back to this, maybe do a little bit on it tomorrow, and now we know we can order some parts for it. We know it's worth ordering some parts for. Alright guys, it's your new family.
You guys are making messes.
Very messy, guys. That's okay.
You guys discovering everything in there?
A little something you guys started.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Zana. Happy birthday to you.
Oh yay, blow it out, blow it out. Blow really hard.
You can do it.
Blow. You're really close. You're really close. You blow out that one. You can do it, come on. Yay.
Yay! That's a lot of slaughter, but you got it.
Last night we got the engine broke free by turning it backwards, and you can see in there we pulled the piston down below that ridge of rust. That's what it was stuck on. So what I'm going to try to do is just hone that ridge out of there, and rather than trying to force the rings past that ridge and maybe breaking rings or something. That seemed to have worked really well. You can still see discoloration in there. There's some pitting, but it took that ridge right off. Of course, this engine would need to be bored if we were doing if we were serious about it. But I just want to see if we can get a little more life out of the old girl. So, yeah, I'm quite impressed. That only took less than 5 minutes. See how it turns over now. still stiff. Little friendly persuasion never hurt. Definitely got some tight spots in it. Ah, there we go. That should turn it over easier. I'm sweating here today. It was 100 degrees in the shade. It's not supposed to do that in North Dakota. Hey, closed on its own. Thing's turning over like butter now. I don't think we even need this. Well, look at that. That valve's opening and closing just like it's supposed to. But it appears we have another stuck valve here. This valve right here appears to be stuck. Here's some WD-40. And that again is an exhaust valve. So that should be closed. Let's just give her a little gentle tap. I barely touched it. Well, let's see if that fixed our problem. Opening back up and closing just like it's supposed to. And we've got another stuck exhaust valve over here. Hi. You joined me in the shop? You're a little dirty.
That's because my boss is a slave driver, and I have to work really hard to stay in this good place.
She's talking about me. A little gentle. That's all it takes. It snaps back in. Some of the time it doesn't stick. I've only turned this thing around about 3,243 times. Just tap it every time it comes around. This has given me a run for my money, but I think all the valves are pretty much free now. At this point, I'm definitely going to pull the head off the other side because every single one of these exhaust valves was stuck open, and that's no good. Let's see if any of these valves are stuck over here, or if we pulled this head for nothing. Oh, there's two stuck. Well, yeah, 2 of them were stuck, so yeah, we wouldn't have had any compression in those cylinders. You can see something smooched that piston right there. No idea what would have gone through there. Or end broke off a spark plug or something maybe, but I don't think it goes all the way through the piston, so hopefully we still have compression in that cylinder. I guess we'll find out. I did end up reusing the head gaskets and the head bolts. Normally I'd never do this, but this engine is pretty rough and it needs a full rebuild, and right now I just want to see if I can make it run. So that was the goal, just make it run. Old versus new. We could probably clean these up and they might work, but spark plugs are cheap. Now that we're getting the heads back on here and mounted, I need to mount the oil filter housing that goes right here, but first I figured while it's off the engine it'd be easiest to clean, so let's get that cleaned out here. Oh, nice. Looks like we got some metal shavings in there. That gray color. Just borrowed Maria's toothbrush. She won't mind. File the points here. See if we can get some spark. Alright, we're working on the ignition system now, and I've got this old 6-volt coil that came with the truck, and I have no idea if it works. And for running these 6-volt coils with a 12-volt system, which I'm going to swap it over to a 12-volt battery because I'm not going to buy a 6-volt battery just to see if this will run. So I have this coil that I know is good. It's a 12-volt coil, so we're going to swap these around and yeah, see what happens. Alright, we're going to stick 12 volts to the starter and see if it will turn over for the first time in who knows how many years. I'm a little nervous. Are you ready?
Ready, let's do this. Ooh.
Hey.
Are you excited?
Oh yeah.
There's life in it.
It cranks over with the starter, so cool. Let's see if we can get spark to it now.
What doing?
Getting a jumper wire for our ignition. See if we can get some spark.
Hooray!
Hey honey, you know something?
What?
You'd say this truck is pretty old, right?
Yeah.
You know, this truck was brand new in 1948.
Mm-hmm.
Which means this truck is younger than the President of the United States. That's pretty cool, huh? This truck is fresh off the assembly line. Electrode on the end there. I'm gonna watch and see if there's any spark on it.
Oops.
I'm gonna crank the engine over so don't be startled.
Okay. I'm gonna try not to be scared.
Right. Let's watch for spark. Sparking?
Sparking.
Yay!
What's that mean?
It will run.
Ready?
I have very high confidence at this point.
Woo! Yeah, there was sparkles down there. Sparkles. There were sparkles.
Sparkles. Oil filter housing is full of sludge. I've had it soak in here for a while. Now the sludge is coming loose. Dissolved. Yeah, this poor truck had a hard life. Pretty sure. Oil wasn't exactly changed on a regular basis.
Show me your hands.
Do you like a hug?
Is it bothering you right now?
I started out wearing rubber gloves and then they ripped and I just never, I gave up on that idea.
Trust me, people. It's bugging him a little bit.
Huh. All right, well, it's flowing. That's a good thing. No chunks. Pretty black, but a few streaks in it, so just as well we didn't run it with this in it, but seen a lot worse. And I just dug around in the oil plug hole there, and that is gray with grit. And there's like a 1/4 inch of sludge on the bottom of the oil pan. I think this engine is probably toast, but let's see if we can make it at least run anyway. And yeah, it'll be fun to hear it run, and then we can move the truck under its own power and then decide what we want to do from there. Brand new Napa Gold air filter, oil filter. Yeah, made out of gold. Why it costs so much? Well, I think everything is hooked up, so we're gonna put some gasoline into the carburetor through the vent here. Dribbled some into down the throat of the carb too. So let's see if anything happens.
Without further ado. Spud, you might want to come over here.
Here goes.
Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on.
Bud, you're not being helpful. Alright, here goes.
Okay.
It fired.
It fired. It did.
I'm guessing our
Is our
accelerator pump probably doesn't work. More gas here. plug some down there. Like our battery might be getting a little low.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering.
Yeah.
It's raining so nicely outside. I got wet coming down here.
I'm sorry, did you melt?
You know, when the rain would hit me, pretty sure that there was sizzles that came off of me.
That's because you're so hot.
Just kidding. But you know how I don't like the rain on me.
I know. You and Spud have that in common. Yeah, it's our battery as well. But let's give it another shot here.
I heard it.
It wants to.
It wants to. Kind of like me and pizza. I want to eat it. I do. Like right now. Will you take me to Domino's?
You want to drive an hour?
No, but I want the pizza.
Well.
Wow.
She ran.
She ran. Kind of scared me, not gonna lie. Big plume of smoke coming up back there.
Oh, does she? Yeah, she smoked good. I'm just making a mess here. Sparks and gasoline go well together, you know what I mean?
As long as we only have just little sparkles and not, you know, big fireworks.
Right.
Woo! Woo!
So we're gonna try this. Fuel line going into the carburetor. And then this is gonna be our
IV bag.
fuel pump. Slash
It's looking like an IV bag, babe.
okay. Well, whatever you want to call it. carburetor needs to be rebuilt too. Well, I was hoping to get it run longer, but I'd call that a success anyway.
Yeah? Are you happy?
Oh yeah.
Happy with success?
Mm-hmm. That's the first time this thing has made noise in who knows how many decades.
That's awesome, babe.
Well, that'll probably be it for this video, but I think you'll see this this truck in some future videos at some point. Next video, we're going to get back onto the old 86 F-150. Just sitting out in the rain right now.
Poor thing. Just all defenseless and cold and wet.
We've got a lot of plans for that. So,
yes, we do.
we'll see what we can do with that on the next video. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Look at you! First thing in the morning! In your robe, moving chicken.